didn't have something go wrong. Let's see. Hello, hello. Well, hello, and happy 17 minutes or 20 minutes late. You're welcome for that. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to everyone. Thank you guys for holding tight. I went to go live tonight, and what happens? The computer decides, oh, guess what, Nikki? No, I'm sorry. You need to do a computer update. Of course I did, because that's just my life, right? So here we are for it. I am going to turn down these overhead lights so I'm not so glowy. That's a little off. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying, or you guys enjoyed your Sunday. It's kind of going to be a low-key kind of a Sass tonight. We're going to build a basket. So let me explain to you the basket that I'm going to build tonight. And what it's for, it's for an arts gala. I was asked to do a raffle basket. And I struggled.
Wrong mic.
Wrong mic. Thank you. At least they can hear me, though. At least they can hear me low. Or they can hear me high. Hello, hello. You know what? I quit for the day. I quit. Today news needs to end. There we go. Now can you hear me?
No answer yet.
Yes, they said yes. You know what? At least you could hear me. At least the mic was over there, and at least it was on this time. And even if it was far, far away, hello, hello, you could still hear me. Yes, they say thank you, Kevin.
Awesome.
You know what? I quit. I just quit. Do you have? You know what? We're just gonna stop. Time out. Here's what makes this probably a reality show in its finest. It's probably the funniest reality show you're ever going to watch. Okay, maybe not. I like to think so. But have you ever just had one of those days? I could not sleep to save my life last night. I woke up this morning cranky as all get out. I should have known I should probably just have stayed in bed. It was going to be one of them type of days. Of course, the computer decides it needs to upload right before this live. Although I did get everything printed out. I'm hoping nothing goes wrong in this. Um, but have you just ever had one of those days? I feel like it's one of those days you can't even get out of your own way. No matter how hard you try, you cannot get out of your own way. You have done everything you're supposed to, and it's a crapshoot. Right? I can't be the only one. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a basket. The build a basket is for an arts gala. It's for a musical group called Albany a Musica, and these patrons go to a place called SPAC. It's the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. And these people are a lover of the arts, lover of music, lover of like the New York City Ballet. So when they approached me about doing a gift basket for them to raffle off, I was like, okay, I'm all in. I have the perfect design. Well, after sitting here designing stuff, I took two of my designs and made them one because they just scream music. They just have that. Oh, I can't even tell you. I can't wait for you guys to see what we're going to create tonight. So here's what's going to be in that basket, so to speak. Let me explain some of the things that we have, where I found them, what we're going to do with them. So first things first, we are going to use a lunch tote. We're going to use this lunch tote as our basket. This is our basket, if you will. Reason being is because the other items I'm going to show you, we have the tumbler. Hold on, let me get the other one. We have the wine tumbler gift set. So the wine tumbler gift set comes with this is like a wine bottle you pour a bottle of wine in here, you get 2 tumblers. You can get those at the Stainless Depot. It's $22.50 for the complete set. And it comes in this absolutely gorgeous decorative box. So you can get that gift set, like I said, $22.50, which is a steal, by the way. So you can sublimate on all of 3 of those items. So we're going to put that in there. You can get the wine bottle opener. This came from JDS Industries. You can also, because you know what, it doesn't just have to hold wine, you can have it hold a bottle of beer as well. You know, the bigger bottle beers. This came from Driven by Graphics. This guy, you could get the single-sided. This one, yes, it is a double-sided one. It's from old stock. And now I have new stock coming in. And the the JPP ones are single-sided, which makes life so much easier when you're trying to press it. So we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be doing some placemats and coasters from Condi. It's all going to fit right into that tote. So we're going to put this together. You're going to watch me build this basket for this company. So let's get on the overhead so you can kind of see me line this all up. We're going to talk about the substrates and whatnot. But first and foremost, let me say good evening to the ladies. That's right. Say good evening to Jody and Jess. Jody is over on YouTube. Jess is on Facebook. Say good evening to the ladies. Right? Deep breath. It's just one of them days. And I know I'm not alone. Yep, say good evening to my beautiful ladies. Let me tell you, the Sass cannot run without the 2 of them. I am absolutely uber blessed to have 2 of the most amazing human beings give up their time to help me, to tell me when I don't have sound, or that I, look less than. The lighting is horrible in my shop. No, they really don't tell me that. They just say, Nikki, no sound. Or Nick, you forgot. You know what? Somebody's got to remind me. It's nice to have a back office staff. When you're working in a business and you're a business of one, it's hard. And to do this too, what I do every single week. Well, I can't even say every single week, but most weeks, right? I do them most weeks. It's just an added thing to just be able to say, oh, I finally have help, right? You know that. So let's turn on that camera overhead. All right, so let's talk about this. First and foremost, you must do your exercises. Up and down, up and down. That's right. This is how this works. This is your exercising implement. I'm kidding. So you can exercise with that. Give me 1 second. I want to get that box too so I can show it to you and move me down. So I'm a little bit on the high side. Let's see. Where is my mouse? You off. And move me down. There we go. Now you can see everything. I want you to be able to see everything. So when you get those things from Stainless Depot, it comes in this decorative box. All right, so this is the decorative box that it comes in. I mean, peep the packaging. I'm actually going to keep the box because I'm not putting it in with the tote. So these are double-sided. All right, so we're going to do the 2 rounds. We're going to get this all taped off. Now these are tapered, but I am going to put them in my mug press. All of these are going to go right in my Tumbler mug press. So I'll be able to do that. Now we're going to talk about these totes. These neoprene totes, there's actually a tip and a trick to these. If you've ever gotten anything that's neoprene, whether it's the wine tumbler totes or it's the lunch totes right here, remember they're not just lunch totes. These can be bingo bags. They can be, like I'm doing it as a gift bag, So here's something you should know. When you lay this inside your press, there is a lip from where these 2 fold, all right? And so it creates this bump and it creates some crazy uneven pressure. How do we combat that? You can see my cardboard has seen probably better days, but this is the shape. So I literally laid down a piece of cardboard. I made sure that it fit inside. When you're fitting it inside here, okay, for this one, because it is double-sided, I'll flip it. But when you're doing this, you want the cardboard to go in this top lip, if you will. All right, so you want to push it down. Make sure that your cardboard is all the way around here. All right, and the reason being is this adds some stability. It adds something, it evens out the pressure so you don't have this pocket pressure. So when you're evening out that pressure, it works beautifully and it subs absolutely gorgeous. Now, with your neoprene items, you definitely want to lint roll. I think out of all the substrates, neoprene is just known for having lots of lint. And if it's going to show up blue, it shows up on neoprene. Okay? So we're going to lint roll, because this is a two-sided one. The two-sided ones I can no longer get. So this is just old stock for me, and this is a great way to use that old stock. If you've got stock, or you're with a vendor, you're not with a vendor that can get this for you anymore, the best thing to do is use that as your donation stuff. All right, so that way you can use that stuff without throwing it away, right? So, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you could see all the little lint that's from the other part. That's not from that, but that's on there. All right, so that's the best way to do that. All right, so now that this has all been lint rolled, everything has been wiped down, we are gonna get these are from Condi. They're the linen placemats. I figured these would be great too. They could bring one, they could bring two. See, at SPAC, they set up these beautiful tables outside. A lot of people bring their lawn chairs, and they sit outside in this amphitheater. It's the most beautiful amphitheater. It's an old amphitheater. And they will set up their tables, these little tiny tables. If you could see the people, they're really cute. Especially the older people, they always get me really, I always love that. I'm like, if that's the way I could live my life, sitting outside of the amphitheater, okay? So you sit outside the amphitheater, you bring your chairs. Some people bring the foldable tables, and I thought, you know what, this would be great for a foldable table, but I always like to give two, because you never know if they're big music buffs or big arts people, then maybe they want to use them for inside their house, right? So that's another great thing. That's why I do them in twos. So you want to lint roll both sides. I don't know what I just got on that. Oh, what did I just do? Okay. Lint roll both sides of this. Get out all those fibers. Make them all nice and pretty, right? Because we want to do that. These make great, if you're ever looking for a really cute idea, they are great for those little side tables outside. So if you have a party or a gathering and you want to put something on a side table, those are a great thing instead of a tablecloth, because you know how we're always wanting tablecloths on everything? Tablecloth, the little placemats or those placemats would work out beautifully. Now, you can also use those on a coffee table, maybe an end table, sidebar. Now, I know I just pulled these right out of the plastic, but I always like to just, you know, double check, if you will, because you never know. And so we just want to make sure that we get all the little tiny fibers that could possibly be loose on this off. All right, now that we've got all that, we can tuck that away. That's all done. All right. I miss SPAC so much. Great venue. See, Marnie knows about SPAC. That's right. My favorite thing for SPAC, Marnie, is going and seeing the New York City Ballet. If you ever took dance class as a little girl, there is nothing just more eye-catching, amazing than seeing the New York City Ballet come up at SPAC in the summertime. The crickets are chirping. It is beautiful summer night under the summer sun. Oh, it's amazing. A lot of people also go and see, who's the one that always comes up to SPAC, Kev?
Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews does. Who's the older gentleman?
Hello.
What is his name? I said it last night and now his name doesn't, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But they come up to SPAC and you get to see them, and it's just, it's just an amazing experience to be in an amphitheater and outdoor on the lawn seats and just kind of just jiving with the music. So it's truly amazing. Jimmy Buffett, thank you. Knew Shy would remember. Yes, Jimmy Buffett. I was talking to the ladies last night and it was Jimmy Buffett. So yes, that is amazing. All right, so let's keep going. Told you it was going to kind of be a low-key Sass, kind of just, you know, not my crazy morning self that I have, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be. All right, let's get this. I am so super excited for you guys to see this design. It is just uber pretty. All right. So, peep the design. Peep the design. Right, okay. So, I don't use Pro Spray on this kind of stuff. I just don't like it. So I literally will take this and just line her up. Because there is this nice black edge, it's okay. So I'll line this up here and we'll taper down. Okay. And I just keep peeping underneath all the little spots just to make sure, because I like to tape it down on the bottom layer, not on the top. Okay, because the top layer does not need to be, I do not pre-press my neoprene because neoprene does have a tendency to swell, if you will. So we don't want it to swell. Now, when you're putting, if you have a clamshell, this is for all my clamshell users. If you have a clamshell press, feed this into the back first. This is thicker, so you want this closest to you. All right, this is the thickest point. So this you want deep inside the press, because this is going to be the thinnest point. Remember, we talked about that with clamshells. The point, when a clamshell closes, it closes down here first and then up on this end. So because you want the bulk up here, it's going to give you a lot more even pressure. Okay, so that's the reason for the clamshell, only for clamshell users. If you have a swing away, the swing away comes directly down, so you don't really ever have to worry about that. But for a clamshell user, we have to, because we're kind of on a hinge, so to speak. So that is all I do for that. I'm going to grab some butcher paper. Now we like to protect our investments around here. That is just something we do. And our investments happen to be our heat press and our heat platen. We don't want a repeat project, you know. And don't get me wrong, I've done a lot of repeat projects. Okay, so I'm going to, and it's going to be hard to see me on the camera, but I do put the handle end in first, and then the butt end, as I like to call it, out into the press. I cannot wait to maneuver my shop around. My shop's about to get an overhaul, and I'm kind of excited about it. All right, some more butcher paper. I know that there's fancy paper out there that says that it doesn't have any blowout. I'm just going to tell you, I don't trust it. All right. Now, I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. This is probably the hardest part, is finding the right pressure. And there you go. And we're just going to let it go. So you're going to press it at 395 for 65 seconds, all right? And then it should be perfect, hopefully, right? Okay, let's keep going. So now we have a lot of these little designs, and we're going to cut them all apart. So I have some coaster designs in here. I have the mug designs, and I have the wine design. Now, I'm just doing spot designs today. We're not going to be doing anything uber crazy. So, and I can do these at the same time, so that's going to be good. This is for the big tumbler, the wine caddy, if you will. Now, I'm going to just, because that had a little bit of a schmutz on the end, so we don't want that. Okay. Let's see. Then we have This is the pocket method one. Remember, we talked about pocket method with the wind spinners. You can also do the pocket method with Marvin's bartender bottle openers. Whew, she is fluffy right now. Okay, let's just clean this up. We'll go grab her off the press. And I don't, you know, you guys can't see it on camera, but there is an indent, like there is some off-gassing on there. I totally protected that investment. Let me show you without pulling off the paper just yet. You can see the color. Now I have a problem here. Do I? No, I don't. I love when a plan comes together. And there you have perfect. I don't always get stuff right here on the Sass. I will muck something up real quick, but I will tell you I have perfected my method when it comes to this. I mean, seriously, she is beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to take better pictures of this whole set for you guys because she is just stunning. Now, I just want to show you that when you pull that paper off, even the handles off-gassed. This is why you put that paper over it, the butcher paper over it. Look at that. And it took all the paper that we need, all the ink that I needed. There's a lot of ink that came off that paper. So, I am going to do the back side. Okay. Let's adjust this, and it's just a slip in of changing it from the top to the bottom. Now let's line this up. All right. Like, she's so pretty. There's just sometimes when you see something that you make and you're like, oh, she is just pretty. You really like it, and you're just really just happy with what you did. There's a lot of things that we make in our industry that we're like, it was okay. You know, how many times have you said that? It was okay. Let's see, let me just move this up just a touch. Make sure my pink is showing. There we go, perfect. Whoops, nope, we don't want that underneath. Okay, so now we're gonna go put it on the press. I already have butcher paper down because I can reuse that one, but you can't reuse the top one. And then we just drop it like it's hot because we know it is. Okay, let's keep going. So now we have the water, the wine caddy, to call it something. So we're gonna prep this all so that I can make sure I just want to get nice and close to that. Okay. Now I know what you just said. Nikki, how do you know it's straight? Because I can see through the paper. That is how I know. So we'll pull up the tumbler press in just a few seconds, you know, after we get everything all prepped. I only put 2 pieces of tape on that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for, I'll show you this in a second. You line this up using some light because that's light colored. This is here we go. All right. I know you're asking yourself, how in the world does she happen to know which one is for which? Well, okay. So, on the whole wing and a prayer method, give that a second to cool down. This one, and it's hard to see it on camera, this one is actually slightly darker than this image. Why? Because these are going on linen, and I could see it here in the shop. You can't see it with the overhead cameras, but this is actually darker. I deepened in the colors because I was going to be pressing it on linen, and so that is how I know. Now, because I am not doing a full bleed, I just want to make sure there's nothing on this. I am not doing a full bleed. I want to I'm just doing what they call spot design. I wanted to keep this simple. When I think of the arts, I think of classy. I think of simple. I don't think of over the top, loud and obnoxious. I think of just classy and beautiful, and that's just, you know, how I view the arts. I have always loved the arts. I can say that there's a place, it's called Washington Park Playhouse, and it does plays in the park. Oh, I have been going to those since I was a little girl. I think I was like 12 or 13 years old. I literally never missed a year. I think until I was sick with cancer, I think I only missed 1 year. And then of course COVID happened, so I missed that. But I love the arts. So any of my friends who do stuff for the arts always like it when I come and they're like, Nikki, can you help? I'm like, yes. I love to support the arts. All right, so here's our other side. And there we go. So now our basket is made. Okay, so this is what we're going to be putting in there. We're going to stuff this. We're going to put a piece of cardboard in the bottom to kind of stabilize it. Then we're going to put some butcher paper crumbled up in there, build it up because I want the things to be sticking out of the top. And then what I will do is I will put shrink wrap or a bag all the way around it. I'm going to let my cardboard cool off. And we're going to let this guy cool off. Okay. While that sits there and does absolutely nothing, we're going to finish pressing all the stuff that needs to go over here on the press. What we're going to do first, let's knock down this press because it's now too high for what I need. Alright, so now I'm going to back it up. Alright, so you're going to see that I'm going to bring over my ring light. It's going to get kind of crazy light in here. Okay. And then I just line up my two images with my light. Just easier for me to see because this is a very light design. So I will line up my two images. And sometimes I will just fold and then see if they line up. Because I can fix a fold a lot easier. Oh, I'm going to move it over a little. The problem with being white, it has white in the design. You kind of lose it and you're like, Nick, what are you doing? I don't know. How's that for an answer? The answer is Nikki does not know. Okay. So now on that crease, I'm going to bring it back over. This is that whole pocket method we were talking about, right? You guys know what the pocket method is. Now what I could do is go up and around here. So if you're looking for another easy way for a pocket method, come in and just go around the tops. They should kind of match. Come on down through. Okay, this is what you do for the wind spinners too. If you're looking for, you just come around it because there is a nice bleed on these. Okay. Okay. You're going to lay this whichever way you see fit. Okay. You're going to lay this over the top. And everything should line up. If it doesn't, fix your fold. Folds are easy to fix. Okay? Folds are very easy to fix. What you can't fix is when you press it wrong, right? That you can't fix. Okay? Wing and a prayer. Let's see if she did it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, this is going to go on the press. I've put some tape right here just to secure it. Put my butcher paper that I happen to still have here. Whoops, let's deepen this pressure. There we go. So now I'm going to press this at 395 for 75, and because I got to go through both sides of the metal. I know everybody does theirs slightly different, but that's how I do mine. All right, let's turn that off. Let's continue with the prep work. So now I have all of these wonderful images. If you ever want to know where the center of your image is, take both sides of it and just come to where you need to be and pinch. And that's how you know where your center is. Okay, we're going to keep going. Again, bring the two sides of your image together. Kiss them. And pinch. Okay, so we have that. Let me just check here. Thank you. You're making me homesick. Oh, I'm sorry, Marnie. I'm going to be there soon enough. As everybody knows, we are on the great lookout for our next home. And these memories that I share with you are going to be just that. They're just going to be memories soon. I'll let that cool off for a second. So they're going to be just memories at that point, right? But I'm excited. I'm excited for that next chapter. If I could just get out of my own way, it'd be great. Sometimes I think when you're a business owner, you just overthink things, right? You overthink every aspect of your business, whether you're good enough, whether you're worthy enough. You overthink every part of it. Now I've already taken the plastic that was on these off. And I'm going to just put a little piece of tape here. Center that there. Little piece of tape here. That's done. Let's get some finger protectors because I kind of like my fingerprints today. So, oh, that's right. So if you flip it, how pretty, I don't even know if you can see that. I'll try to get it on this camera. Oh, it's upside down on that side. How pretty is that? That is gorgeous. I can't wait to take actual pictures of these so you guys can see them. Hold on. I'm going to burn my fingers off. But here you go. In the small camera, if you look in the small camera, you can see it a little bit easier. Right? Gorgeous. So let's let this cool off for a little bit. We're going to put it over here on the metal. Okay. We're going to go take these. I have a little bit of butcher paper left on a spare spot of this. I'm going to drop down the pressure because these are super thin. And now that's pressed. We're trying to get all the heat press stuff out of the way because these are the only items that are going to go in my tumbler press. And I am going to use my tumbler press. I'm not going to use the mug attachment that I could typically use with this. I can actually use the tumbler press attachment for these. So because it is really just a one spot image, I will have absolutely no image issues with it. We're going to just get everything heat pressed wise out of the way. Let's clean up our mess. All right. And then last, like I said, I wanted to keep the whole theme together. I wanted them to all be very matchy-matchy. That was the goal of this. I wanted them to be extremely matchy-matchy. So there's nothing wrong with that. You could definitely have things that are kind of similar. They might have the same elements in them, so they kind of grouped together. That's always an option with things. You don't necessarily have to make them identical on every piece of every substrate. You can definitely have whatever you so choose, but God, they're cute. They're just so pretty. All right, let's get a clean. Whoopsies. It didn't want to come off. All right, so now we're going to do the coasters. Let's put these coasters on here. I will put a piece of protective paper on them. Why? They're fabric. And even though, yes, they have a piece of paper on them and underneath them and all right around them, you still want to protect them. you took the time to lint roll them. You want to take the time to protect them from a project that might have happened prior, right? From off-gassing up onto that top platen. Do I have Teflon on my bottom platen? I do, but I always cover it with butcher paper because Teflon is not made for sublimation. It kind of just holds the image, if you will. So you never want to do that either. So that's why I always put down butcher paper on the bottom when it comes to that stuff. So let's get this. You just pull off the 3M tape backing. And just lay it in there. That's all you do. Okay? And now I have a matchy design to go with it. We're almost there. We're almost to the part where we can get to the mug press. We just want to get all these components together. I think anybody would love this gift basket. If you are a total artsy person, this is the gift basket for you. It is just stunning. Now, I am only putting one piece of tape on here. Why? Because I don't need to. I don't need to overkill here. All right, it's just enough to hold it straight. Okay. Let's bring these guys over here. So this is why I darkened it, because if I were to do a light design on there, you would not have been able to see all the watercolor that's in there. So, oh, that's slightly crooked, but that's okay. Maybe I'll have another crooked one. Whew! I apparently don't like my fingerprints today. Here we go. So I'll probably redo this one that's in here, but there you go. How gorgeous. Stunning. We're still getting there. All right. So now we're going to put this on here. We're going to add a piece of butcher paper. These are the placemats. These ones you can get from Condi. So the placemats and the coasters you can get from Condi. They're part of their linen line. They are so stunning. I cannot say anything more about them other than they're stunning. I absolutely love their linen collection. It's just beautiful. And I think for the look that we're going for with this basket, it just ties everything in perfectly because there's some rich cream tones into this design. This particular placemat is just going to play off those tones. So it was really just a match made in heaven, if you will. And I can't wait to see the person who wins this. There will be a bottle of wine stuck with it in there. I'll have to try to figure that out, but they're going to get a bottle of wine. They're going to get the 2 tumblers. They're going to get the caddy, the wine bottle. I don't even know what to call it. The 4 coasters, the 2 placemats, the tote. They're getting a bottle opener and a wine bottle opener. So I feel that that was a pretty decent basket to give them. Now you can see it. It's harder to see on the big one or on the smaller ones, but now you can see why I darkened it in. I wanted that rich watercolor look on this, and you can see the gold flaking even on the color's awful, and I do apologize for the camera issue. It's dark in the shop. That's just the nature of the beast. I can't wait, like I said, to take these pictures for you guys. Let's just finish that up. We're going to pull the mug press out while that does its thing. Chicken wing. Meet said tumbler press. So, oh, I have the Calfee one in there. I'll have to pull that out. So, I have a Heat Press Nation. This is their 6-in-1. And we're going to pull this part off. You're going to watch me actually change out the little thing. Okay? This is how easy it is for me to change out from a mug press to that tumbler attachment. Super duper easy. I don't have to worry about anything. Except when you lose the little thingy. Hold on. Oh, there you are. Okay. Except when you lose the screw nut. Alright, so this is my tumbler press that I have fallen absolutely in love with so that I could no longer be the president of the 40 Cup Club. I'd kind of like to not be the president of that club. It's not necessarily a club I don't like. It's just not one I thought I'd ever need to be a part of. Okay. Now this tumbler press, it doesn't take long at all. I think this is probably the quickest gadget I own that doesn't take a lifetime to heat up. And that's why I love this thing. You just have to plug it in. I have always spoke very highly of these mug presses, and I love the attachment that I could get with it without actually having to buy another tumbler press. Now, as for the pressure, I've gotten really good at this. I don't need to have another press so that it's always set in tumblers because I don't make enough tumblers to do this. Okay, so what are the settings? I do these at 356 for 45 seconds. Okay. Why 356? I don't know. It's what somebody told me. That's what I found worked. And let her heat up. Hello there. It really is. Hello there. Hello everyone. Okay, so we're going to keep her to go. We're going to let this heat up, all right? And when we let this heat up, what it's going to do is it's going to allow for us to be able to sub on these, okay? For those who are new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I run the Sass, and I'm also known as the Sassy Subber. I see a lot of new faces in the comment section. So you want to make sure that for anything for sublimation, that you want to make sure it is absolutely coated. It's 100% polyester if it's a fabric, and that it's also coated for sublimation. Now, you can't just go run to your dollar store to get stuff for sublimation in the way of mugs and tumblers. That's not how it works. You definitely want to make sure you shop at reputable people. And there you go. That is absolutely gorgeous, right? So this is what we have here. Stunning. Stunning. All right. This is almost done being heated up, if you will. So we're going to play with the settings on this. First things first, while this is heating up, I want to see if this is going to be tight enough. Now you can do it while it's, but because I'm pretty good at doing this, there you go. That is ready for that one. Now it will really only take about 45 seconds to do. And then we'll take this out and we'll adjust the settings to fit this tumbler. Now let me just tell you a couple things. There are many different types of tumblers out there. There are tumblers that have a taper. There are tumblers that are straight edge. This happens to be a tapered tumbler, if you will, for a wine tumbler, which means it comes in smaller here and comes out at the butt, right? So you have the butt, which is this right here of the tumbler. So this actually comes inward. So this is considered a taper. They do make a straight one. All right, this one too is actually not straight. This is a butt one, okay? So you have the butt one. Sorry, I'm just being funny. So you have the butt one right here. The straight ones are a lot easier. You don't have to worry about curving things necessarily when you're designing. It does make for things to be a lot easier. Yes, mug press to heaven. Hold tight. Do you want to... What? How? Oh, how tight? I'm like, hold tight. What do you mean hold tight, Debbie? How tight do you want? You want it to be tight. You don't want it to be squish the heck out of me type of tight, because that what happens when you press these too hard, they will actually bend in. All right, you don't want to do that. You start to distort it. So you want to have it be hand tight to where you're not forcing it close. You definitely want to make sure that it's an easy type of thing. All right, this is almost ready. Curved mugs are my nemesis. Actually, curved mugs are my favorite. I will tell you, I had a harder time pressing a straight skinny tumbler than I have pressing ones with the but you're gonna now do that all the time. Yep, just nice firm pressure, as Jessica says. Did you guys all peep the dog bowl that Jess made? So she makes a whole canine line. She has a lot of canine shops she works with. Her canine dog bowls are just off the hook. I am so impressed by her canine bowls. Listen, she needs to give me lessons and how to press them. And I don't even, they're straight edges. They're gorgeous. They don't have the lip on the top if you looked at them. They are stunning. So if you ever need help with the dog bowl pressing, reach out to Jess. She's pretty knowledgeable. She presses a ton of them. Right? Goals, total goals on that. Exactly. All right, let's slip this in here. Now, I don't use any paper, like any butcher paper or anything like that. And just like that, you want to be able to just close it. You know how I feel about it, girly. I am in love with your stuff. She might not do too many designs so much anymore for her shop, but I'm going to try to convince her to start doing more of those, because you never know. She is definitely one of those designers like me who loves our thin blue line, loves our thin red line. She's more thin blue, I'm more thin red. And so we love our hero collections. We love our hero collections because they're what, you know, matters most to our hearts. So we love our good hero collections and our servicemen. As you guys know, I love my servicemen. Okay. I'm just going to pull this out for a hot second. Oh, she is good. Now, what we're going to do is how to do this. First of all, I know I have to loosen this because this is a lot wider than that. Hold on. Now what you want to do is you want to keep that butt edge out. But you want to be able to loosen these up a lot. I forget how much you have to loosen them up for this. And I know you guys are like, Nikki, it's in there. I know, but it's not on the actual paper, so it's fine. Almost there. These are the ones that you just, and I might have to put my mug, my coffee one in for this. Oh no, there we go. Okay. So here's what I can tell you about the butt one. If you're using the coffee, let's say you have the coffee one and you're not using this big long one, you're going to want to put this in because it is shorter, and you're going to want to tighten this edge up. So basically it's going to go at a slant so it matches the slant of the tumbler. So we're going to put this in here. Keep your butt end out. Now what I tend to do is I try to see where my edge is and rotate it around. Keep the butt edge out so you get a nice tight seal. See how I have that butt end out? Because if I were to push the butt end into this, it's going to create a weird, like, wedge, if you will, in here. And you don't want that wedge. All right, so that's why the butt end of these stick out. All right. The piece de resistance. Nikki, burning her fingers. I put the, you know what? Why do I always put the glove on the wrong hand is beyond me. Always, 9 times out of 10, I will put it on the wrong hand. Oh, baby. And that is what you call perfection. See, I totally perfected it. Okay. Oh, I know. Hold it. Now, could I have put both of them in here? Probably. But did I want to? No, because that'll be the one time I mess it up. On point. Let's put the second one in. The butt end in and close your press. Now again, if you had your smaller, like coffee size one, you would go in and you would tighten this side up to give it that tapered look. Okay? But because this is so big, I don't need to do that. And now we're to the point where we could start putting it together. Thank you. That's just how I do it. I mean, I got the tapered one, and I hated the taper insert. It just never worked correctly, and I always had to change it out, and it was just easier if I just turned the knobs. And I figured out how I could make this one. This is the only style that you could do it where, because it has the dual knobs. It's the only style that you have with the dual knobs that makes it work perfectly. Again, perfection. There you go. All right, listen. I didn't screw anything up. That's a bonus because this is a prize that's actually going to not be in my shop and not be given away. I mean, it is, but yay! I have had a craptastic day, and you know what? This girl needed a win. So, even when I feel like life has handed me enough lemons, I can at least make some pretty darn good lemonade. All right, now she gets put back into there. Now let's build this beautiful set. Let's see. Nope, I want it on the back. Okay. They do come with even little tiny plastic straws. How cute. Super, super fun. All right. So, let's build. Now, it's going to be hard to see how I'm going to build it. I will show it to you at the end. You guys are going to see the top view of how I'm building this. So I do apologize for that. I wasn't really thinking about the whole method of how I was going to do this when it came to camera angles this morning. That was the least of my worries. All right, so we're going to take some chipboard. We're going to fold it. I want to add some stability to the bottom. Now, I am going to flip this around. Find myself a handy dandy something. Oh, well, that's fun. Okay. We're going to just kind of come around here. We're going to come around here. What, you've never seen anybody dance? I mean, peep the pen. It's really cute. Okay. So now we're going to come around. This is just honestly for some stability at the bottom while we fill it with butcher paper. Now, could I have done it with cardboard? Sure, I can. Do I need to? Probably not. I just wanted to kind of fill this bottom as I fill it, right? Okay, so now, if you're making a basket, do yourself a favor. If you're making yourself a classy basket, use clean paper. If you're using it for packaging, like to ship stuff with, it's okay to recycle. But if you're going to be using it inside a basket, use clean. Use clean. Okay. Now, as this gets, I might want to tip this back, and so that this can fan out, we're going to add some more butcher paper. Now, yes, you can definitely add some shredded paper to this, and I probably will add some shredded paper, but I want to at least get it set up with some good filler. Okay, I want this bag to look chunky. Okay, it needs to look fluffy, just like it. Okay. Now, this is where you start to build a bag. So, we want to take these items. I'm going to roll these guys together. Use that as the backdrop. Fold it down. Stick this in the back. So now this becomes our backdrop. Again, hard to see right now. I wish I could show you how I'm doing this, but I will show you in a second. I'm probably going to want to put some cardboard in this thing. There we go. Much better. And then we're going to put this down, and this goes here. And this is going to go in here. Perfect. Now we're getting somewhere. Put these guys in here. All right, hold up. I'll show you in a second. I'm so concentrating. This is what concentration looks like on me. Okay, let's turn the camera. And I will play with it some more, and so you guys get a better idea of the picture. But this, as soon as I get it all figured out, and set it and fill it and fold and do all my fluffing that I like to do, this will be it. Okay, what will happen is this, let me show you. There we go. It's gonna look so like I can see everything. I will sit and take pictures of it. I'll fluff and fold it so you guys can see it. But really, you don't have to use a box or a traditional basket. You can use a shopping tote. You can use a lunch tote. And now it gives them something else to use. And all you have to do is fill it. You can fill it with a cardboard lining. You can fill it with lots of stuff. It really doesn't matter what you fill it with. It just, you want to make it look pretty, the best that you possibly can. And that's what we're going to work on here. It is absolutely just gorgeous. I want to take this opportunity right now to say thank you to the kind sponsors of the Sass for the month of April. These guys have totally stepped up to the plate for me. They have donated items for the swag bags for me as I go to Chattanooga, Tennessee in 2 weeks. That's right, in 2 weeks I am about headed down to Chattanooga, Tennessee to teach for my very first class with Miss Karina, another tribe member. So the two of us are teaching all things sublimation at the Chattanooga show, which is the EEM. It's the Everything Embroidery Market. If you are in the area or going to be, or it's a quick drive, maybe 2-hour drive, come in and see Karina and myself, and I will have some cool tag-alongs. I'm going to have Tori, who's one of my digital designers, and I'm going to have tribe member Beverly with me as well, and whoever else happens to show up for the party. We plan on doing a meet and greet dinner on Friday night all together. I hope you guys come and have dinner with us. I'm so super excited. So I want to thank these sponsors. These are the sponsors, proud sponsors of that show, and they are donating items for the swag bag. Whether it is a design or it's an actual item, you are going to get those really cool things that came from these amazing sponsors. You have Driven by Driven by Blank's supply company. You have Sublimation Underground. You have Just Blanking Fun and Apparicium design company. I wanted to show you what Ashley sent me. I want to show you guys what her packaging is. And then those 4 other people, you have T-Ray Digital Customs, True Digital Artistry, ST2 Designs, and JoJo's Digital Designs. Those 4 amazing ladies have donated their designs to this particular swag bag. So thank you so much to all of you guys. It is greatly appreciated. And they are the sponsors of the Sass for the month of April. I want to show you that sponsor thing. So here's Ashley. So Apparicium. She knows how I'm anal about my products, okay? And she also knows that I'm very anal about my packaging. And because her and I see eye to eye on this particular topic, peep it, it's a little flag. So not only is it a flag, but you also get an Ashley design too. So, and of course a Jolly Rancher, because who doesn't need a Jolly Rancher? You have her stuff, all of her information right here in a cute, neat package. So thank you so much for Ashley. I did get those. They're uber fun. I cannot wait. John Stock donated metal squares, and we have easels for them, and the designer for that is Tori, and she created this absolutely beautiful Christmas design to go on them because they're great for desks. You have Suzanne from Sublimation Underground. She donated car coasters, and so thank you so much for that. Then you have Driven by Graphics, that's Marvin, and he donated house coasters in round and in square. And so the designers have taken my sister, Amanda, who runs True Digital Artistry, and you have JoJo's Custom Designs, and you have T-Ray Customs, who took on the task of those 3 items. So thank you so much to the ladies for that. And what are you getting from this Sassy Summer? You're going to get chapstick holders, which I'm so super excited about. And I'm going to be donating some designs, and they're going to get stickers too. So it's a pretty cool swag bag that they're going to be getting at that show. So I thank you guys so much for that. I want to thank you guys for just kind of hanging in with me tonight and having kind of a low-key sass. Just remember, we all have our moments where there are days that we feel like we can't even remotely get out of bed. That was me this morning. That's right. And so just know, just get out. Get out of bed. Know that tomorrow's a new day. Even if today was a total crapshoot, you can still make the most of it. Just like I did tonight with all of you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your week. I have lots going on this week. Hopefully I'm going to be going live midweek. We have the Zoomy class on Friday night with Marvin. That's right. We are going to be doing Corel with Marvin. He is my co-teacher for Friday night. And then we have our Zoomy meeting after that. So please join me. If you've got any Corel questions, look for the post tomorrow in the group on all things Corel. Thank you to everybody who's watching me over on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you to all those who are watching me on Facebook, and to the beautiful ladies behind the helm, Jess and Jody. I'll see you guys all real soon. Have a great evening.